What's going on, everyone? We just got done watching a DVD. It is Dan Infalt, Buck Bedding Hill Country, I think's the name of it.
Well, you're cutting us off. You gotta mention, there's something wrong with deer hunters. We're out here in freaking like 100 degrees in bug-infested woods looking for antlers. I mean, it's stupid.
I've got spiders crawling on me.
We've walked through 10 pounds of stinger nettle. I mean, we're stupid. I don't know why anybody would hunt a deer.
It's down all fours.
But anyways, this is all Dan Infalt's fault. We bought his Hill Country bedding DVD, and it ruined us. We were just having a relaxing Saturday, just chilling, and we got to watching that, and that got our blood flowing. I mean, it got us all jacked up. We were acting like it was the middle of 1st of November or something.
I said, hey, Tristan. I said, dude, I got a spot here local. Let's go down and let's see if we can prove it. And by golly, if I'll be darned, that's what we did today.
So we stumbled across a few beds, but we never found them, looking for them. We watched this video, and in one day, you know, we came out here, we watched it this morning, we came out this evening, and we found a really nice buck bed. We'll show a picture on our page, but I mean, it was a nice bed, worn to the dirt, 2 rubs, entrance and exit trail. I mean, just like he says.
Yeah. Let's talk about what got us out here. I was taking some notes as we was watching the DVD,
Which is a must do, by the way. You want a notebook.
You better end up buying that DVD if you want to learn buck beds and how thermals and wind and everything, they do affect it. Some people say that it don't, that they just strictly use scent control, they don't hunt the wind or none of that.
It doesn't matter, it's the way the deer are moving. You have to know what the deer are moving.
Yeah, because a buck sets theirself up in bedding based off of the wind and thermals, and then of course during the rut time, you know, sex. That's the three things that the deer need. What are they, Tristan? Food, cover,
and does.
Sex. Yep. That's the 3 things that matters to them the most. So that's what we've done today, except, you know, of course the rut ain't really upon us at all. So we're looking for food, we're cover, and then really I think we're mostly looking for the way the land is set up, which brings us to a term that was mentioned, the military crest.
That's what he broke down this DVD really, really well, and it was probably the most eye-opening. He took these 1,000-acre, maps, and he broke it down to very small areas you need to scout. And even so well that he'll go in some of these places blind, never step foot in there, and actually hunt beds when he doesn't even know they're there.
And this ain't, you know, big buck farmland. This ain't pay you $5,000 and kill a giant. This is public land, and you put boots on the ground and you find these beds. And he's given us some points and tips, and by golly, we've made it happen today. We found
on an okay property even.
Yeah, I mean, really the property we're on, it's not for big bucks, although there has been one last year that was taken out. It actually scored over 140 inches, so that there was a dandy for this area. Do you want to talk about the key points that we had wrote down on notes, and one being the military crest, what he called the military crest?
So when he was breaking down all this area, one of the major things was a military crest. What that is where it goes from slanted ground to steep. And most of those bucks will follow that line. And even when you're scouting like we did today, you're almost just following that line. You're ignoring the ridge tops and you're ignoring the valleys. You're just following that, like the top 1/3.
And you might ask, well, why in the world would that matter? Why would they go from, you know, ridge top down steep and then like there being like just a little bench? And I'm talking about something 5 feet, 10 feet long, you know. Why does that matter? It's because the way the wind goes over the ridge, there's a thermal coming up right there at the military crest. And what happens, the wind goes over the ridge and the thermal comes up from the bottom and it's just sitting there rolling. So that buck is bedded down in that particular spot because he's smelling from what's coming up from the bottom because of the wind thermals.
Exactly.
And then from the wind blowing over the top.
So that was one of the major things, the mapping and breaking down land, how to scout for these and find them was really big. And the other thing that I really love from it is he broke down morning hunts and evening hunts on how to hunt these deer, because it's completely different. We ain't gonna give any spoilers, but they're completely different on how you hunt in the morning and evening when you're chasing them.
And one of the things that he specifically mentioned in the DVD was how those bucks come back to their bedding, and that is, I guess they use I'm gonna just call it a technique. It's called a J hook. And what they'll do is they'll circle around downwind from their bed. They'll sniff out their bed first to make sure, you know, nothing's around it. And then they'll hook up. And he's talking about how to set up near their bedding. You don't want to set up over top of their bedding. You want to set down 30, 40 yards downwind like you would on a scrape, because a lot of times those bucks, when they check the scrapes, they're not walking right to the scrape.
Expecting for that crosswind.
Yeah, they're coming across the wind, and they're sniffing that scrape before they can even see the thing to make sure, you know, if it's active hay or if there's any type of danger in the area. So wind, thermals.
That was the two biggest things he taught you, and that was
Yeah.
the two biggest things is the ground. He taught you how to do that, and the wind. I mean, the wind / thermals. That's all you need to know. That was worth a DVD. I mean, 10 times over.
It really is. And what's amazing to me is you sit back and you look at two completely different types of hunters. You got Dan Infalt, no scent control whatsoever. He strictly plays winds and thermals, and he is super successful. How many big bucks do you know? Is there any statistics out there
I don't think
for
there's
him?
a number out there.
Okay. Well, you got John Eberhart. He's big on that scent lock. He doesn't play the wind. He doesn't believe in playing the wind. But yet, in Michigan public land, he only hunts public land. He has
Both of these guys mostly hunt
50 world-class bucks that's actually in the Michigan record book.
Yeah.
Out of, let's see here, was it out of 22 or 23 out-of-state hunts, he's walked away with 19 deer that's been over 125 inches. Not playing the wind, not doing none of that stuff, but because he believes in that activated carbon, I think's the right name for it. But I mean, that was just two completely different hunters, and both of them successful. So, you know, me and Tristan, we argue back and forth because we're two opposite people, but I think that's what's sort of creative about our page.
Because whenever one has an idea, there's always a skeptic.
Yep.
So we keep each other pretty straight.
So I think my approach for this season is I'm still going to play the wind because I think for me that helps me dictate where the bucks are going to bed, thermals. But however, I'm going to be more lenient in my setups because I'm really going to pay attention to my scent control using the scent lock suits that John Eberhart has. Tristan, on the other hand, I mean, he has that nice facial hair that probably soaks up all kinds of stink.
It's awful.
But hey, we just wanted to share that with you today.
And we're not gushing over this or anything, but just to show you how good it was. Like I said, we're out here enjoying a Saturday in air conditioning. Now we're out here in tick infested woods. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it shows.
Do you have a picture on this real quick? I'll just hold it up to you.
I think.
If not, y'all, I'm sorry.
I mean, just in one evening, the picture of the bed we found.
I'm not a professional.
Yeah, there's some sick edits here, man.
Check out that edit right there. Oh, yeah. Get you some of that. There you go.
Dan Infalt ain't got nothing on us.
I mean, that is, and if you look closely, I don't know if you can tell it in that picture or not, but there's actually two different beddings in that one bed.
The wind shifts.
And all that is for the wind shift. One wind, you got a wind going this way, he's going to turn his body a little bit more. And then if the wind changes, starts, you know, slightly coming a different way, hey, that bedding works for a different wind change too. So I think that's going to be a pretty decent bedding. Whether or not it's going to be a golly whopper buck, I don't know. But we got some cameras set up just in case.
The important thing is we got out here and we're already finding it. So when we get on a real good spots, we can pinpoint
I mean, today we're not trying to set up on a monster buck, although, you know, it would be nice. We just came in an area. You know, there are nice bucks in here, not monsters. But we just came in an area. It wouldn't hurt our feelings one bit if we jumped up, left all kinds of scent or whatever. We're here to learn, and that's what it's all about. It doesn't matter if you go in and bust 100 deer. If you walk out knowing and you learn from it, then that makes the difference right there for your next hunt.
There's still no golden bullet. This doesn't get you out there killing bucks, but it sends you in the right direction. It teaches you how to get aggressive on these deer and hunt them out of their bed.
Yeah, and not only that, it's good exercise, it's fun, and I really just enjoy being outdoors. You got anything else to add before we shut this off?
I believe we're good.
All right, well,
Let's go find air
thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a blessed evening. God bless you.